The Lansu Chinese Garden is one of only 8 classical Chinese gardens in all of North America, and it's right here in Portland. When you become a member for $100 a year, the Family and Friends membership extends benefits to 2 card holders and up to 4 guests per card, with free daily admission and discounts to the garden shop and tea house. You'll also save on unique gifts from local vendors and on tickets to special events. Plus, you can visit other cultural destinations across the state with their reciprocal admission program. Learn more and join today at lansugarden.org/membership.
Today on CityCast Portland, we're talking about some of the new state laws going into effect this year, a city councilor's push to ban foie gras, the closing of a beloved North Portland gastropub, and so much more. We're also diving into our mailbag and hearing from you, our listeners. Joining me on this midweek roundup is our very own executive producer, John Notarianni. It's Wednesday, January 7th. I'm Claudia Meza, and this is what Portland's talking about. Welcome, everyone, to our midweek roundup. John, thanks for joining me. Do you remember how to talk into a microphone?
Claudia, this is our first midweek roundup of the new year, and we're doing a lightning round.
Yeah.
So, we're really setting a high bar to try and make this happen right now.
Since it's been a couple weeks since both John and I have paid attention to the news, we thought we'd do a good old-fashioned microdose of news via a headline lightning round, like John just mentioned, just to help us all reacquaint ourselves with what the heck is going on locally. And we each get a minute to summarize the news story before we further discuss. That way we can bring you 5 headlines for the price of 1. It's going to be a lot of talking, John. I'm already preparing you for a lot of restarts.
I am ready to go.
Right.
All right, count me in.
Oh, shit, I forgot. I don't even have my timer. Sorry, John. That's the whole point. I'm like, yeah, all right, go. 1 minute.
Wait, what?
Let me get with the timer. All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. A ton of new state laws just went into effect on January 1st. I'm here to highlight a few of them that you might have missed. Number 1, unemployment while on strike. Oregon is now the first state to allow workers to collect up to 10 weeks of unemployment benefits when they're on strike. Number 2, stricter telemarketing rules are going into effect. Calls and texts are only allowed between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. You can have no more than 3 contacts in 24 hours, which is still insane. Number 3, relaxed civil commitment laws for people with severe mental illness. Judges no longer have to find imminent risk in order to commit people. Also, there are new bans on ticket buying bots and the resale of bot purchase tickets, and new protections for tenants. You can get your deposit back if a unit is uninhabitable because of things like plumbing, electrical, or water issues.
10 seconds.
Also, landlords are now required to offer a non-app-based alternative to get into an apartment.
1 minute. Yeah.
That last one is funny to me. It's like, wait, there were some landlords that were saying the only way you can get into your apartment is with a phone app? Like, yeah, that should be a rule. You have to at least have a key code on the door. It's like, yeah, that's good. And I will say, I didn't want to eat up my minute to say this. All this comes from a really great roundup that Dirk Vanderhart put together at OPB.
Yeah, I read the same one. Did you know that Oregon raised its legal marriage age?
Yes, I saw that as well.
I didn't know 17-year-olds were able to get married here.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess it's my turn. This one's going to be coming from Willamette Week.
All right, I'll count you in. 3, 2, 1, go.
Well, last month during an Art and Economy committee meeting, City Councilor Mitch Green announced he was going to be pursuing a foie gras ban in the new year. When another councilor questioned the timing and relevancy of such a ban, he stated that it's an economic issue that is very important to people in our community. Since 2021, animal rights activists have implored City Council for a ban on foie gras, which is the liver of a goose or duck that has been fattened by a process of force feeding. Concerned the ban would appear frivolous amidst Portland's many post-pandemic issues and never gained traction with our previous city commissioners. Councilor Green believes the city can address all the economic issues Portland is facing and also ban foods tied to animal cruelty. He stated, "We can walk and chew gum at the same time."
Bam, 45 seconds. Very nice.
Yeah, just so you know, was very kind to myself because I knew my mouth would not be working for the first.
You knew that you had to take it a little bit easy on this first time back. I do not want to wade into the ethics of foie gras. This is like such a hot button issue for a lot of people, but I am interested in this idea that it's an economic issue. This article does estimate that there's about a half dozen high-end restaurants that serve it. So saying that it's an economic issue, I'm not sure about that.
It's a bit of an extrapolation for sure.
But what I will go on the record as saying, I'm not a big foie gras fan. I don't prefer it.
Same.
Yeah. Claudia, kiss, marry, kill.
Okay.
Foie gras, truffles, caviar.
Oh my God. This is so easy. Okay. Kiss truffles. Marry caviar. Freaking love caviar. Kill foie gras. Like
100%.
Easily. 100%. Like 100%. Get it at it. I don't care. But I have noticed that the phrase walk and chew gum at the same time is becoming this thing that Portland city councilors are saying in response to criticism involving policy priorities. Because I first heard it from Angelita Murillo when she fought to get the AI rental price fixing software ban proposal to go through. They were saying like, shouldn't we be maybe caring, about other housing or whatever? And she's just like, we can walk and chew gum at the same time. So I guess this is going to be their coined phrase for 2026.
I mean, I like the ambition. I just will say there's a lot of gum to chew. They have a lot of gum that they got to chew.
Yeah. Oh, man. Okay, you ready for your next headline?
Yes, please count me in.
3, 2, 1, go.
We don't always report on business closings, but this is one that I wanted to point out. Interurban, the longtime bar and gastropub on North Mississippi Avenue, is planning to close permanently on January 18th. It's been around since 2011, which gives it about a 15-year run. The reason that I thought that this was interesting is because Interurban is the most millennial-ass place in Portland.
Oh my God, yeah.
It is so like of a time and a moment, like pre-prohibition and historically inspired cocktails. They had an extensive whiskey list, sort of elevated seasonal pub food. They serve oysters, and they used to have an elk tartare on the menu. So I think for all of us aging millennials that are aging out of the late night scene, this is sort of a bellwether that one of the places that I spent a lot of time at 10 years ago, but haven't been too much recently, is finally closing. The co-owner said, "Bartending is a privilege. Change is hard."
Aww. My hope is that it was on their own terms that they're closing, because the thought that something as what I thought was as awesome as Interurban can't make it in this market really makes me sad. Because I know we were aging out of like being out, on a Wednesday. But every time I went, John, it was solid.
Yeah.
And I love the back patio with all the fire and stuff. R.I.P. Interurban, and also their Corona beans. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. This is, just so you know, this one's from Coin 6.
All right. I'm ready to count you in. 3, 2, 1, go.
In a social media post shared last week, Riva Cafe y Cocina a la Leña revealed it was shut down for the foreseeable future while its owner, Roberto Hernandez Guerrero, remains stuck in Mexico throughout his visa process. The owners originally hoped to reopen the business someday, but the custom-built food cart is now for sale. You might remember back in November us talking about Roberto being denied re-entry to the U.S. after traveling to Mexico to secure citizenship, a trip he was assured would be the final step in obtaining a visa. The owners are asking for $50,000 or the best offer in exchange for the pizza food truck. It includes refrigerators, a 3-compartment sink, hand washing station, wood fire oven, and prep tables and counters. According to the announcement, Riva's was frequently listed as one of Portland's best pizza spots. Is that all I have?
You had a couple more seconds, but yeah, you came in under time. Did you want to give an addendum now that your minute is over?
Yes. Well, I just wanted to remind people that Roberto has lived in the U.S. for more than 20 years and is leaving behind a 5-year-old daughter and a 6-month-old son, along with his wife and co-owner, Roseva Alcero, which is so sad.
Yeah. This is sad and frustrating for so many reasons, but like the thing that jumps out at me is just like the cost of trying to do things the right way. Right? Roberto was going through the legal process that he was promised would allow him to gain citizenship and to continue to run this very well-established and respected business in Portland. And the fact that it is going this way is just, it pisses me off.
Yeah. John's mad.
I'm mad. I am mad.
Yeah. I hope that it stays in the family, if that makes sense. Like, I hope a friend buys the truck and then keeps it warm for him. I still have hope that he's able to come back.
Yeah.
But maybe in 3 years.
Yeah.
All right, John. Last headline?
Yes, count me in.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Wasn't expecting this to be a headline. A former toxic industrial site along the Willamette River in North Portland might become a botanical garden. Yeah, there's a proposal to convert the former McCormick and Baxter Superfund site. It had once been a heavily polluted creosote wood treatment facility. There was a massive cleanup effort over many decades where they removed 6,200 gallons of creosote from the groundwater. State and federal regulators say this site has been safe for people since about 2005 when the cleanup was completed. If this project goes through, it could become Portland's largest botanical garden with educational programming, expanded waterfront green space, an extension of the Willamette River Greenway and Water Trail, and better access to the river. There is a public comment period that is going now through January 30th. There's a public meeting, a virtual public meeting that is scheduled for January 8th, if you're interested.
That is so cool. There's so many riverfront projects that are sprouting up. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you heard, John, but like also in the St. John's area, there's like this Willamette walkway that it's right by the water that they're going to be restoring and giving some of it to indigenous tribes to reclaim.
Where is this going to be?
This is like by St. John's, but then there's another project that is indigenous led that is by the waterfalls.
Oh my gosh.
It's so cool.
And there is a long simmering project to put a bike path through, Hayden Island? From St. John's out to Kelly Point Park. That's something that has sort of been in the works for many years now, too.
Oh, that would be awesome.
You know, because riding your bike out there is like a beautiful ride, except for that like horrible stretch that you have to ride along Columbia. They're looking at making an extended bike. I haven't checked in on that project in a bit, but I remember hearing that was in the works.
Oh, man. I'm starting to feel my age because there's a point where I was reading about all these cool projects and I was like, I want to be young enough to like be able to do that.
In 60 years. Yeah.
I'm like, no. Oh, man. Well, that was great. I hope that was a good introduction for people. Remember the news. Remember things are happening locally, not just nationally. Let's take a quick break here. And when we come back, we're going to jump into our mailbag.
Thinking about buying a home in 2026? Well, make sure you do it right. Because most people begin the whole process backwards, falling in love with listings before they understand their financial options. James Adair is a Portland mortgage strategist with Neo Home Loans, powered by Better. He works with buyers across Oregon, Washington, and California, helping them get clear before they start house hunting. A strategic conversation with James helps you see the full picture. What you can afford, how to structure your financing, and how homeownership fits with your wealth-building goals. Visit pdxhomeloan.com to schedule your strategic conversation. No pressure, no obligation, just clarity on your 2026 real estate goals. James Adair, NMLS 272766 with Better Mortgage, NMLS 330511, an equal housing lender.
Okay, John.
Claudia?
Do you want to start us off?
Yes, I'd love to. This first one is from Andy on the South Park blocks, talking about the January Guide episode where I talked about some spots to get NA cocktails and drinks, whether you're doing dry January or just looking for something delicious. And he said it was an absolutely stellar list and that he's writing to recommend a great place to get an NA cocktail, which is still your local bar, with dry January becoming a very popular thing to participate in and the decline in alcohol consumption in general. January has become a very tough month for bars. Plenty of places have great NA options to go along with their boozy offerings. Beer Mongers comes to mind specifically. We all love our local bars all year long, so let's make sure they don't struggle to start this year. Me personally, I've already started my bender through December, and I'm going strong. Cheers. Obviously, this email came in a couple weeks ago. Andy, write back and let us know how the bender went. We want to hear.
Oh, man. Well, you know what's funny? Same show, we got 2 notes from listeners. It's really interesting what listeners pick out as a thing that they're like, I have something to say about that. And 2 listeners really, really wanted to talk about pancakes and waffles. So Emily C. wrote, listening to the podcast crew discuss pancakes versus waffles versus French toast spurred me to email you to proselytize for the best food combination ever combined. And that is waffles or pancakes or French toast covered in peanut butter and maple syrup. I kid you not, the peanut butter brings the salty, textured crunch, and the syrup brings the sweet and the smooth. I challenge everyone to give it a try. John, have you done that? I have.
Oh, I haven't. That sounds like a lot for my tummy. I feel like the addition of like the peanut butter to the already rich thing can kind of throw me off sometimes.
Oh, too much fat.
I think it's also just like the mouthfeel of like, like pancakes are kind of spongy, but like, I trust Emily C. I'll give it a try and I'll report back.
Well, maybe you'll like this other tip. Erica T. wrote, I'm with John into not being into sweet breakfasts while also loving French toast. So it blew my mind when I recently came across a recipe for ... savory French toast.
Heck yeah.
Where has this been all my life? Duh, it seems so obvious in hindsight. The one I've made so far was Indian inspired with curry powder in the egg batter. Oh, topped with raita and cilantro chutney. So good, but it occurred to me that the possibilities are endless. Italian herb toast with marinara and mozzarella. Isn't that just like eggy pizza?
Yeah.
Poultry seasoning toast with gravy and mashed potatoes. Taco seasoning toast with cheddar and salsa or enchilada sauce. Cajun toast with shrimp and grits. And so on and so on. Seriously, give it a try.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. That sounds freaking amazing. I am so on board, Erica T. Yes, 100%, 100 times over, yes.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to pivot and talk about another topic from our January guide, which our colleague Julia pointed out that there's now a Portland Monopoly game, and we asked what should go on the board of an ideal Portland Monopoly game. If CityCast Portland were to design our own Monopoly game, I guess, what would be on it? Mm-hmm. Well, frequent commenter Gray J reached out and said, it does seem like a really fun winter activity with friends, but I agree with Claudia. I'm a little cynical about it. It feels like a cash grab from the Parker brothers, especially when they make businesses pay to be included. I'm guessing they have one for every city. But if they were to make the Portland Snark version, I love this. All right, here we go. You ready? Mm-hmm. 1, the luxury tax space would be renamed Arts Tax. Ooh. 2, if you land on the electric company or waterworks spaces, you would have to pay an exorbitantly high fee. Ouch.
Yeah.
3, the go to jail space would now say camp sweep, and you would have the option to either go to the shelter bed space and miss your next turn, formerly known as jail in the original Monopoly, or you could refuse the shelter bed and pay a fine.
Oh my God.
There absolutely needs to be at least one of the following represented on the board: brewery, cafe, strip club, and dispensary.
That's what I'm saying.
And there needs to be a nod, maybe in the chance and community chest cards, to the Portland Naked Bike Ride, a lack of sidewalks, an excess of potholes, and legal psilocybin therapy. Lastly, this is
my
where
favorite.
he really nails it.
Yeah.
Free parking would have a picture of Carbon Rubio on it. He goes on, if we wanted to make an even snarkier version, half the board could be occupied by different taxes. Disclosure, I willingly voted for 95% of those taxes and would probably do so again.
Yeah.
Gray J, thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, maybe you have a future in board game design.
I know. I just want to also point out that his sign-off was with the roll of the dice. I feel like this is the perfect Portland Monopoly board. I agree with Gray J. I agree with Gray J agreeing with me, John. That I felt like the Portland board as is just, a pay-to-play model. It's just kind of weird. It just feels like at a certain point, it's a yellow book. Do you know what I'm talking about? Those old school phone books or whatever?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or like a penny saver, except on a board, whatever. I love this. And for those who are just like, who's Carmen Rubio? She was our commissioner, and towards the end of her bid to become our mayor, it was found out that she had thousands of dollars in parking tickets or something like that. And it was a big deal. It was a big sticking point for people. There was more, but I mean, that's the little jab. It's pretty funny.
Amazing.
Yeah. Well, thank you to everyone who wrote in. We love hearing from you. Hit us up at portland@citycast.fm if you ever have, I don't know. I guess something that sticks in your craw, like pancakes and waffles.
Or too much peanut butter.
Yeah.
Just coating your mouth.
Oh my gosh. I thought it's a good idea, John. You know what you should
cut now I'm like thinking through it. Maybe like the maple syrup would like give like a little bit more lubrication to the peanut butter. I don't know. I know I'm hesitant, but I'm now cautiously curious about it.
Okay. I like the idea of the crunch though, because I've only done smooth, but the idea of the peanuts actually in the peanut butter, I was like, actually, I think I'm going to do that. That's pretty good. Yeah. Well, John, thanks for hanging out with me today. Thank you everyone for listening. I will see you in 2 minutes, John.
All right. Thanks, Claudia.
That's all for today here on CityCast Portland. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed the show, share it with a friend or rate and leave us a good review. It really helps us out. And don't forget, you can support this show and get some great perks by becoming a CityCast neighbor. Just visit membership.citycast.fm for all the details. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more from around the city. Until then, see you at Slim's.